Let's talk high net worth divorce. One of the common questions is, does wealth help win custody battles? And I can tell you, it's absolutely not the case. The court doesn't take that into account. What they're going to take into account is what's in the children's best interest. So that's going to be looking at a parenting plan that works for both parties. Washington State typically doesn't like to put limitations on a parenting plan and truly goes for the shared custody unless there's a reason for limitations on the other parent. But no, your wealth is not going to change this. That's not what the courts are going to look at as a factor. Custody is never about money. It's always going to be about time and what's in the best interest of the children. Sure, the children might have a standard of life that needs to be protected on both ends, whether that's private schooling, nannies, what their education looks like, things of that nature. But no, you will never be penalized for making less money than the other party. Horseback lessons, vacations, things of that nature. You may wonder, do I have to maintain these same activities? How am I going to be able to afford this? In Washington, what the court's always going to care about, what is in the best interest of the child. So not necessarily maintaining those same activities, but just what is the standard of life going to be like for the child in each individual home. What the court really cares about is what is in the child's best interest. And when you're talking about the best interest of your child, what does that look like? What the court really cares about is stability, consistency. This is already a really tough time in your child's life. So the less change as possible is always going to be better for your child. They're already having to potentially move into a new home, learn split households, learn what life is like with mom and dad being separate. These are all big changes for them and scary changes. So the more that we can keep everything stable and consistent in both households, the better. So if you have any questions about child custody during high net worth divorce, give us a call at Johnson Law Firm. At Johnson Law Firm, we help families fight for their fresh start.